served to end that war. Television gave us Edward R. Murrow, Walter Cronkite, Rod Serling, Ernie Kovacs. We had shows like The Defenders, All in the Family.
I'm a nostalgia buff myself, but maybe we could stick to current events here. How about it, Al?
Current events. How fitting. One could argue that the steep decline of TV began with a show called A Current Affair, which introduced tabloid journalism.
Headed down memory lane
Will you
again?
shut up. Used to be standards of excellence in television. I'm not talking only about Emmys and Peabodys, but not so long ago, broadcasters had a real sense of responsibility. They took their statutory obligation to operate in the public interest very seriously. Now, the networks look for our guilty pleasures and morbid curiosities and pander to those with the hope that they'll get us addicted. Once you get people hooked, you've got them, and you have to get people hooked, because everything today is ratings, demographics, market share, money. Even the news divisions are now profit centers, which means that if good-looking, white-toothed anchors have better TV cues than credentialed journalists, you get the eye candy. And if positive coverage of the war in Iraq reaches more households, you get Fox News. In fact, today, you can switch back and forth between the right-wing news and the left-wing news. Whatever happened to Huntley and Brinkley, John Chancellor, to news? It was just the news. Now we have partisan junk appealing to the lowest common denominator, which brings us currently to the program at issue. Dr. Ray. Mr. Palmer said his client couldn't possibly have seen this coming. Well, that simply isn't true. This tragedy was inevitable. It's practically scripted. It's happened before. Talk show ambushes have gone awry, leading to murder or suicide. This isn't a first. But here's what's truly horrifying. A tragedy occurred here. A woman was killed. But for the show, the real tragedy was that the killing didn't happen on the show.
Oh, Your Honor,
that would have been the ratings blockbuster. That would have been the big score everybody was hoping for. But they had to settle for the next best thing, which was that the murder became news. The nightly news was perfectly happy to do the job for them. They gave Dr. Ray all the promotion it could possibly want, airing sensational clips and graphics from the show again and again and again. You see how it all works so beautifully together. The girl is killed, the show benefits, the news benefits, and we eat it up. Psychologically damaged people are paraded on stage to be exploited, ridiculed, taunted. Of course this is what we get. And we stand to get a lot more of it because it sells and it costs almost nothing to produce. And what's not to love? Here we had an emotionally unstable ex-boyfriend with a history of violence, armed with a